Welcome back to another episode of the Rundown Entertainment News by fans, for fans. I'm your host, Chris Fagan, and today we're going to be talking about the new shows that are coming to CBS. Tom Holland dropped some interesting information about sobriety, and we're going to do a rundown of what's going on with the recent Jonathan Majors situation. So let's get right into it. Like I said, I am your host, Chris Fagan, and joining me as always is the one and only Joy Fagan. That's right, because I put a ring on it, damn it. And let's get right into it. But first, I'm always forgetting to do the plug, guys. If you are watching us live, usually we are not live on Wednesdays, and I'm trying to change. The reason why I've been doing more episodes of the Rundown the past weeks, and now I am this week. Maybe I'll also do one after Thursday, maybe one on Friday and Saturday as well, because I'm trying to get used to making this a daily show, or almost a daily show, 3-4 times a week. You know, maybe get my reps in, you know, since I'm a gym bro now, you know. So that's what I'm trying to do. So, guys, if you're watching us live, and I appreciate you guys watching us and checking us out. So welcome to the Rundown on a Wednesday. If you do watch us, I'll hit the like button. I forgot to tell everybody, hey, I'm about to do the show this week, today on a Wednesday. But hit the like button and share your thoughts on everything that we're about to talk about. So if you do want to send us a topic, if you got something that you want to suggest to us, you can hit us up on social media. We are available at T3 Medias with the S at the end on Instagram. We have a podcast as well. If you can't catch us live on the Rundown live show on YouTube, TikTok. We are going to be doing more live shows on TikTok as well. But TikTok has been kind of funny because for some reason, because I curse a lot, but for some reason, whenever I curse on TikTok, it's like this is a program for children only. For some reason, my page is only. Please don't forget like button. Oh yeah, thanks Nixon. They always tell us please. They're always like your show is only for like children or something like that. I say one curse word, it gets blocked. Anything that I say, so it's weird, especially for me. We're also live on Facebook as well as Twitch, and you can check us out on Twitter. So send us anything that you guys are saying out there, any topics you want us to run down. Tomorrow we'll be here, if weather permitting, with Giovanni, with Tabitha as well, and I might have a new surprise for you going into the weekend, guys. Also, if you want our exclusive content, that stuff is also on our Patreon. And if you become a member of our YouTube channel, you can get our exclusive, most of our After Dark stuff, you know, the stuff that they won't let me say on TikTok is usually there as well. But besides all that, let's get straight into it. We got to do a quick force feed. This is going to be a quick show, guys. Like I said, I was able to put this show together in like about 2 hours. That's a record for me. It usually takes me all day. But I put this show together in 2 hours. It's not that many topics, but I was kind of proud of myself. I'm like, let's see if I can make this happen.
He had a serious face on every time.
Yeah, she came into the
bedroom. Closed the door, serious.
Well, yeah, I didn't want you to know what I was really doing. So but besides that, let's get into the force feed. What we got?
So from Variety, Matlock, Good Wife spinoff Elsbeth, and Damon Wayans and Damon Wayans Jr. comedy has been ordered for series at CBS.
What is going on with the? Did I mess up with the? I know I did. I'll just leave it up. Don't worry about it. I'll just leave that up. That's the 3 topics. Say that one more time. You said CBS.
CBS has ordered at least. We know of 3 new series,
right.
Hopefully for the fall. I know we've got writer strikes going on, so who knows how long that's going to take. But they've ordered Matlock, Good Wife spinoff Elsbeth, and then Damon Wayans Sr. and Damon Wayans Jr. comedy.
That's the one that I'm mostly excited about. That's the one that I'm kind of. Let me fix this real quick. That's the one that I'm a little curious about. On what's going on with. Oh no, it was correct. I mean, you guys know how I am. So if everything isn't 100% perfect, then I'm gonna get mad. But the thing about you said the Matlock thing is the one that
It's a reboot.
It's about a lawyer,
yeah,
right?
It's a reboot of the very old show Matlock that lots of us watch with our grandmas.
I didn't. I was watching Sanford and Son.
Who loved Andy from.
That's white people stuff.
And so this is a reboot with Kathy Bates playing Matlock.
And oh, no wonder this is what I was showing. I had it up the whole time. I'm like, that's what I was looking. So the Kathy, I'm wondering. I was saying earlier, like, the people are gonna be like woke. Why'd they have to, change the gender? Because they did the same thing with the Equalizer. And
it's been a hit. I mean, I haven't watched it, but it's
CBS though. I mean, but everything with CBS is always the number one. This is the number one.
Kathy Bates though
she's good.
She's got a record behind her of good things.
That's like getting Meryl Streep. So I like that. But the other show, but the Kathy Bates show.
I've never watched any of the Good Wife, and I think
I haven't either.
There's a Good Life that was a spinoff, but this is another spinoff called Elsbeth. Mm-hmm. So I don't really know anything about that show. Never watched that. You
recognize her, right? From Claws? What's her name from? There you go. I saw when I was putting the graphics together. I was like, so that's what's her name from Claws and from. Was it True Blood? I think she was in that as well. Yeah. She's funny, so I'm assuming this is going to be a good comedy. Let me get my ADD under control and get you centered properly, babe. There you go. Bam. Boom. There. Fixed. And the Damon Wayans thing. I was talking about this earlier with you. I was saying that I'm happy about Damon Wayans and Damon Wayans Jr. doing a show together, but at the same time I'm disappointed because I feel like Damon Wayans Jr. is, to me, he's a movie star. He already was a part of some hit shows where he was on the first, like the pilot of New Girl, then he left to do one of my favorite shows, Happy Endings, and then he came back to New Girl after that was canceled. He's done some projects for some movies. They didn't do so well. And he's done some work with his dad. And I feel like he's a movie star. Like he should be in more movies. He's funny. And I feel like he's funny to a level where he's like not just, I know he's got his name, but he's more than just Damon Wayans' son. I think he's a great, but if his movie career isn't going the way it should be going, he's still a Wayans. And any network would be foolish to get pitched an idea for a new TV show because all of their TV shows for the most part have been hits.
I would say his dad had I forget the name of that show.
My Wife and Children.
That was very long.
The Wayans brothers, the In Living Color. I mean, they make hit shows. So I'm not afraid. You said you already looked up the plot to that one. You said he's playing a.
He's called, I think.
I didn't write it down in there.
It's called like Papa's House because he's a longtime radio DJ that everyone calls, I think, Papa or Pops. And he's a divorcee and he's struggling with having his adult
children living with him in the house.
And listening to his advice and things. And also apparently has a new female co-host that's been hired who also does
probably
not
gets
want
on his
to
nerve.
Listen to him either.
And it's probably So it's like I said, anything that the Wayans do, it's money. It's probably gonna be funny as hell.
And Damon Wayans Jr. is also, I guess, playing a married husband and father. So
they're all living together now. Okay.
So there's a lot of.
So
material
and they play good off of each other. So I'm feeling it's a situation where we're not getting the projects that I'm trying to get. Maybe my movie career or TV career isn't going the way I want it to go. So I'll just produce something myself. The Wayans has even had a cartoon with Wayne Head. They've had all kinds of success on television. So I'm not worried about it. It's just that I feel like Damon Wayans Jr. should be getting some more movie roles. That's just me. That's how I feel about it. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about the new slate that's coming to CBS. Everything with CBS is always number one. They're so good with marketing. They got that core audience who the senior citizens who never change the channel so they can afford to say everything's number one. So that's probably going to get at least 4 seasons on average, all of them. We got a comment here from Nixon. Kathy Bates, that piques my interest. I mean, anything she's a part of is gonna be, like I said, it's gonna be money. So it's no worries about like the acting in it or anything like that.
I think I also saw on the cast list for that for John Ritter's son, Jason Ritter.
Mm-hmm. Was also going to be in that?
Yeah,
okay.
In the Matlock.
All right. Well, let me know what you guys think about that. What was there anything else on the force feed before we move on?
From Enews, Tom Holland reveals he's over 1 year sober, and he reflected on how his role in the Apple TV Plus psychological thriller The Crowded Room caused him to reevaluate his own relationship with mental health.
I'm not surprised in hearing all that because, I mean, with the stress of being being the youngest Spider-Man to ever portrayed on but you're in the biggest version of its franchise ever. I mean, what was the first Spider-Man? Tobey Maguire was in 3 of the movies, but Tom has done 3 movies and an extension of all appearances and other things as well.
We've seen from other people who really have gotten into roles, this role was a very tough role.
The one that he's currently in as well.
Psychological thriller that it really, to get into character, really put him in a place that's where it really started. He started saying, "Hey, I need to reevaluate things."
I read a little bit.
To a lot of actors and actresses when they have some
mental health issues.
They really put
pressure on
every part of themselves. I mean, we know from like Heath Ledger, like when they just really put their entire everything
put
into
their all
movie,
into it. Yeah.
That sometimes that can really get to you, especially if it's a role that's not lighthearted and fun.
Well, at least he caught it. At least he caught it early, where to a point where it didn't get to a point where it was like remember what happened with Robert Downey Jr. Things like that. At least he was. At least he has a support group, especially when you're dating a person who plays a character who has an addiction stuff. So I'm sure like Signs and things like that. Maybe he had a good support group, family, friends, and Zendaya around him. Like, no, okay, Tom, you got something going on here, or maybe he caught it himself and he was like, hey, you know what? I need to check myself and get this looked at. So I'm glad that he was able to.
You also see when you look at the past, a lot of these young actors and actresses from way back in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, when they talk about their 20s and being an actor and actress, like that it was just nothing but drugs and drinking and rock and roll, just traveling and partying every day, especially when you're in LA. And I mean, they were just like, it's all a blur. I don't remember a lot. And when they look back, like there was some of them were able to get out of it, and some of them had some tough stuff happen.
Yeah, I think Macaulay Culkin was recently in the news talking about how he was one of the, unfortunate and lucky ones to kind of get himself out of it, and especially see the signs. He can see. He said it was. I'm paraphrasing, but he said it was something about like seeing the signs of what's going on with other kids that are currently in the mix and getting in trouble. Like he can see it.
Just now seen like Lindsay Lohan, for example, who just really fell off for years.
Amanda Bynes,
who has just now come back and is finally like happy and I think having a baby.
Yeah.
That it's just been like people have been like, it's really nice to see her look okay because she was really in a bad. People were worried for her for a very long time.
Yeah. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Let's see. Before we move on to the main topic, let's check out I think one of the comments was about Kathy Bates. That piques the interest. What was that? No, that was Joy. I agree, Joy. From misery to the present day.
She's in American Horror Story as well. That she did some.
Oh yeah. Oh, I loved her in American Horror Story. That's what happened to Heath Ledger as the Joker. Yep. As 100%.
We lost River Phoenix to.
From Star Court Food Court. I like that name. River Phoenix, another young actor. And for a while, it looked like, I feel like Joaquin was going through some things. I don't know what he would, but I'm glad he's starting.
Well, there's a lot of them. I mean, like Drew Barrymore, who has a talk show now, has talked about her 20s because she was a child actress from like 5, 6. I mean, she had movies when she was just a little kid, and she has talked about how she really went through some dark stuff and is, sometimes amazed at how she's come, able
to come
out. How, pretty normal she is now.
Depending, compared to everything that she went through. Yeah. Yep. Straight up, yeah. Yes, unfortunately, River too. All right, let's go into the main topic that we're going to talk about right now. If you guys, like I said, like we always say, if you guys want to share your thoughts, always hit us up in the comment section. I'm going to try to keep my eye on it and pull it up at the bottom of the screen. But the main topic this week, Jonathan Majors made his court appearance, and we're going to run down real quick what has kind of gone down, a little timeline of a little breakdown from Deadline of what happened. So, babe, if you don't mind reading that for me, I'll put it up on the screen real quick. Go for it.
So Jonathan Majors' lawyer says he's facing a witch hunt and possibly a year in prison. He appeared virtually for the hearing and saw the Manhattan District Attorney's Office make public a superseding complaint with a charge of third-degree assault. The Class A misdemeanor has a maximum possible sentence of 12 months behind bars or a 3-year probation term. Majors did not enter a plea to the new charge. He had little to say Tuesday beyond yes ma'am to Judge Rachel S. Pauley. The next hearing in the matter has been set for June 13th in person, and if Majors fails to appear in court, a warrant can be issued for his arrest within 48 hours. Majors must also abide by the order of protection, barring him from any contact with the woman in question.
And sorry, I got the wrong camera up. But yeah, let me fix that. My bad, guys. But yeah, there it is. Yeah, the virtual appearance. We had. He's being charged with a Class A. Man, what is going on with my cameras today? He had a virtual appearance. We had a charge that was brought up that wasn't originally one of the things that was in the mix. But let me fix that. Sorry about that, guys. I'll do the best I can. Sometimes when I shut the camera off, things will jumble around, and then I have to. Sometimes if I don't catch it, it'll do that. But what I was surprised on was what came after this. So we already just ran down everything. Class A misdemeanor. The Majors pled not guilty to the charge, and then the judge told him that your new court appearance would be on June 13th. So this is dragging on because a lot of people assumed that the charges were going to be dropped by this point, but they're not, and it's getting crazy. So let me pull up an extension of what was said after this, and I got it right here. Here we go. I'll find it. So I wanted to. I already had it up. I wanted to talk about this. Let me get us both on screen real quick. Where are we? Right here. Outside of the court today, Major's lawyer, let me say this right, is it Priya Chaudhry, was blistering in her assessment of the DA's case. We have provided the district attorney with irrefutable evidence that the woman is lying, including video proof showing nothing happened, especially not where she claimed. The lawyer said, we did this with the explicit promise from the DA that they would not fix their case and change it as we prove the woman is lying. This is a witch hunt, is what she said, against Jonathan Majors, driven by a baseless claim. She went on saying, glaring double standards in a statement to Deadline. Instead of dismissing the allegations of in the face of the woman's clear lies, the DA has adjusted the charges to match the woman's lies. This is now that to me, and I say it jumbles up. So just like I said, bear with me, guys. Actually, I think my camera moved. But he says this says that the DA. Let me change that up because I think that's what happened. Yep, that's what happened. Let me fix that. Whoa, sorry about that. That she says that they are not going to show what evidence that they have because they don't want the DA to just adjust at the last minute, which I don't understand. From what I understand in the law, I don't think you can do that. If you have evidence, from what I understand, you have to place docket so the defense or the prosecution can know what, because they don't want surprises bursting up at the last minute.
It put into admission evidence at the last second so that the other attorney won't have a chance to. Like, you don't want them to not have the opportunity to say, wait a minute, we didn't know about this, and we could have found something to go with that, refute that or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Now, I know...
Of course, I'm not a lawyer. All I see is TV shows. So
yeah, well, no, I'm a Law and Order advocate, so I get my degree from Law and Order. Oh, good, I fixed it right. But, sorry about that. I didn't notice that my camera did something funny at the last second. I know that, from what I understand, I heard that prosecution can't do like surprise stuff at the end, at the last second, or without the defense knowing, because the defendant or the accused always has to be able to, adequately defend themselves. So I thought that was, I guess maybe it's both, or maybe that's just the made up TV thing, because from what his lawyer, what Jonathan Major's lawyer is saying is like, no, we have evidence. But we're not going to show it to you until we're ready, because we don't want the DA to come up with. Yeah.
We don't want to show our hand.
But to be fair, that kind of sounds sketchy to me, because it's like, we got something that can prove your lying, but we don't want to show it. If to me it's if it can defend Jonathan Majors, then release it, because no matter what, the prosecution is going to tell their witnesses or try to explain it away anyway. That's their job. Their job is to try to prove that the evidence against Jonathan Majors proves him, guilty. It's the defense that has to, to prove that, try to prove the case that he's not guilty, or that he's innocent. So if you have something that proves that he's innocent, I'm like, show it. And if the state can't talk that away or be like, oh, well, we said that she broke her right hand, or he hurt her right hand, but we really meant left hand. Well, then to me, it's like, well, then y'all keep changing y'all story. So I'm like, I say, if you have it, show it and get this over with. That's just me. I don't know. Am I wrong?
It's one of those very hard lines to walk, because nobody wants to mess up. We don't want nobody wants to be the one to say, well, we think to just ignore and say, oh, she's full of crap, she's a big liar, and just and do that wrongly, because women are already frequently saying people don't listen to us.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you don't want to falsely accuse or imprison or put that on a record of someone who really didn't do anything.
Right.
So it's like you really have to tread lightly and make sure you do have as much evidence one way or the other to plead your case, because you don't want to mess this up.
Yeah, true. I just feel like I don't know. I just feel like it's weird to me that that they wouldn't just. I mean, like I said, if I had the evidence if you have the evidence on the table right now that proves my innocence, like I'm tired of stalling. This is I'm losing sponsorships and stuff like that. Let's just get this done. I mean, I understand. I mean, at the same time, like you said, I'm not a lawyer. I don't. If there's a strategy involved, if they've got the 100% beyond the reasonable doubt proof, then yeah, all right, okay. I'm good. I would, at the same time, I'm gonna listen to what my lawyers are saying. But to me, it's just like, I'm like, we gotta, if you got the proof, get it out there because I'm sure Jonathan's like, this is crazy. I'm wondering what's happening, what his management or his former representation knows that made them quit, because that's his PR people, his management team. That's their job, is to, put a positive light onto their clients and stuff. So I'm like, did they see something that even they were like, that's too much, we can't. So I don't know. Like I said,
it needs a fixer like what was that?
Donovan.
Scandal that we used to watch.
What's her name from
Kerry Washington.
Kerry Washington, yeah, Scandal, yeah. What was her name? Now that's gonna be in my head now. Yeah, that's exactly what he needs. But for her to say, yeah, obviously, like what I said, this is a witch hunt, and that. Let me see, we can go down it again. Let me go full screen real quick. Let me see if I can put this on display. If I have it, do I? Yeah. This is a witch hunt against Jonathan Majors. This is baseless claims, glaring double standard. Instead of dismissing the allegations in the face of this woman's clear lies, the DA has adjusted the charges to match the woman's new lies. To be clear, there are no new charges against Mr. Majors. Okay. That's okay. That's a lawyer being a lawyer. You gotta represent your client. You gotta come out swinging. Now, if it turns out that Jonathan is lying, then I'm gonna be disappointed. I'm like, look, dude, if you're lying, then Marvel's gotta let you go. But if you have proof, like this lawyer's saying, I'm like, why does this have to keep dragging out till? And at the same time, with the writer's strike and all this stuff is going on, this is just a weird time. All right, guys, that is the main topic, and only topic. We're gonna keep this. I did it. Tight 30. What is it? 27 minutes. Tight 30 episode. I saw something in the comment section that I want to bring up. If I can find it. Let's go down the list real quick. Nixon, Drew, and Robert Downey Jr. are the brightest side of Hollywood.
We have our new Starcourt Food Court.
Starcourt Food Court, I like that.
New follower.
He said found the channel from the Guardians review. Yeah. I got into an argument right before the show. I posted a clip of me saying that, my theory about spoilers if you haven't seen Guardians, guys, real quick. So if you haven't seen it, I'm about to say something that you guys might consider a spoiler. Do I have my spoiler banner up? So let me put that up real quick. When Rocket said, when Nebula said that Rocket helped upgrade her arm, my theory was that's why Rocket was, asking Bucky for his arm and stuff like that. And I thought that was around Endgame. But the guy was correcting me on Instagram. No, he was asking for that arm in Infinity War, not in Endgame. But I was like, but if you saw Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, Rocket is a very forward-thinking person. I mean, High Evolutionary didn't show his hand to Rocket of what he really was going to do to him and his friends, but Rocket was still smart enough to go, let me take these parts here just in case, to make himself a key to escape. He had he had faith and love, and he trusted the High Evolutionary, and but he still, just in case, still set up the things in motion to make an escape. So I'm saying maybe he was looking at Bucky's arm because he was like, my friend Nebula I might make something like that for Nebula or something like that. I'm just thinking. I was just thinking out loud. But people like to just bash me online just for having a theory. Damn.
People just like to argue for no reason.
I don't know.
It gives them entertainment, I guess.
I mean, all right, that's okay. No more spoiler talk for. God, let me move that. All right, no more spoiler talk for that. But before we leave, happy to have you, Starcourt. Solid name, by the way. Starcourt Food Court. Starcourt Food Court. I like that. Let's see. Kevin Davis hope Jonathan Majors can have a comeback. If he's innocent, yeah, he will. And I'm just hopeful that he is innocent. I'm gonna say it like John said today. I'm not hoping that he did it and he gets away with it. I'm hoping he didn't do it. And there's a difference. There's a lot of people that are attacking people who are hopeful that Jonathan Majors is innocent.
Away with something.
Yeah, exactly. As if that's the same thing as saying, I hope he did it and can get away with it.
That what he says is true.
True,
he didn't do it,
yeah.
And they have the proof that will really show that.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we're hopeful for. We're not hoping that he can, like back in the 50s, I would have been able to, not asking for that. Like back in the 50s, their relationship wouldn't have even been illegal. Just saying. I love you, babe. That reminds me, I gotta finish reading that book again, Milk in My Coffee. Anyway, just brought that up for no reason. Starcourt Food Court. I don't know why it's hard for me to say. It's easy. It's a Starcourt Food Court, but I'm gonna get tongue-tied saying it every time. What else we got? Just reading the comments of you guys before we check out. This is the We Got Your Mail version portion of the show. Agree, Kevin. Many NFL player. What are you guys talking about in there now? What's going on? NFL, NBA players do it.
No, like the ones that get accused of things.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying now. I had the faith tonight. Legit proud of how water's tight. That 30. I'm actually did a little spill. I'm 1 minute and 30 seconds in spillover time, so it's all good. But it's still a tight enough 30. It's getting loose by the second. Spoilers are invalid. People will watch anyways. Yeah, it's true. And right, Joy, if we want to watch, we'll watch regardless. That's true.
Oh, I didn't pay attention to that.
What?
Starcourt Food Court says Nebula also gave Rocket Bucky's arm in the holiday special.
That's true. See, and the guy who argued with me on, I'll put on it. You guys can find it. I made a comment on. Did I do it? I can't. It's on Instagram. I think I might have did it on somebody else's, but I don't know. Maybe I'll make a screenshot of it. Thank you, Starcourt Food Court, because I'm going to use that in my. Because like I said on TikTok, I don't get into like online beefs and stuff with people, but every now and then my petty vibe gets triggered. And I just like to mess around. It's all in fun. But he goes, Nebula and Rocket aren't friends. They don't have a relationship like that. I'm like, yes, they are friends. They do. That whole team, Nebula acts hard, and even on volume 2, what's his name? The guy who died with they used to control that. What's his name? Peter Krill's, space daddy. When he was telling off Rocket, like, I know you act like you all hard on the outside, but you really as soft as everybody. Rocket loves everybody. He is still that same little baby that he was in the flashback.
As you said, a lot of them were blipped for all those years.
Yeah.
So they
Nebula and Rocket would have bonded. They only had each other. I'm pretty sure that Nebula and Iron Man got a little acquainted. I'm gonna die on that vine. There's no way in the world that that Tony Stark wouldn't have at least flirted with Nebula a little bit on that ship. But that's just my conspiracy theories. But yeah, they bonded, and then Nebula got that. Oh, how the hell did she get the arm is the question. That's my theory. My theory is that Rocket and Nebula have a special relationship that, because they're both the hard asses of the group. And Rocket wanted to do something nice for her. And then by volume 3, we found out he did. He helped her upgrade her arm. Because, they like each other. I mean, not like I'm not saying they're getting married. I'm just saying that they're friends. Before we check out. Oh, and I also want to thank from last week's show, we cut out early. Peter Lane sent in the super chat at the last second, and we were already hitting the sign off button. And Peter Lane sent in the super chat. It wasn't a question or anything. He was just saying. He said good night. He's just saying good night. So we appreciate you, Peter Lane, because I always said that if you send a super chat, it will get acknowledged. So sorry about that. We cut off right at we cut it off.
We heard it
and then it alerted us at the last second. So yeah, like I said, if you're in the super chats and you send a question that way, we will acknowledged. You like Roman Reigns, you will be acknowledged. Star Court Food Court. They were the only two Guardians left from the snap and end games. They even hold hands at the beginning of end games. That's why she got emotional she got emotional when in that movie. I said in that clip, if you go to TikTok right now, I said she showed more emotion for that than she ever did for Gamora, and that's her damn sister. Mm-hmm. But that's their relationship. That grunt that they do is them saying "I love you."
Yeah.
In Volume 3, Peter Lang, the homie, and that is true. With that, still within a tight 35, I'm gonna call it. We still did it. This still counts. A little 5-minute overtime, guys. That's the show. If guys, any of your questions, comments, concerns, like I said, if you guys hit us up on social medias, if you have any topics that you want us to talk about, or any comments that we catch, I might collect them for the We Got Your Mail portion of the show. But I'm gonna try to introduce this tomorrow. Babe, tell me if this is good. I'm thinking about either using Zoom or Discord for you guys to. Might not be on video, but at least your voice, like a call-in kind of a thing. So if you guys think that's a good idea, let me know. You can keep filling up the comment section if you want. But yeah, let me know if like, should I use Discord? How can I get us both on screen here? I had a thing where we were both on screen. That's good enough. Where we could use Discord to at least get like a call-in thing. I'll put a link in the chat next time. And I'm thinking about doing this for tomorrow. So for the We Got Your Mail, we'll read out your comments live as they're happening, and we'll display it just like that. But if you guys hit the Discord link or the Zoom link, whatever I decide to use, I'll put it in the chat, and yeah, we'll get you guys your voices on here as we're talking. So you said Discord has been pretty solid lately. Okay. I hope so, because every time we tried to use it, sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't.
I don't know if we've tried it with the new.
I tried it once with the new system. It didn't. It did a good job, but I remember some issues. Then I had to go back. There was and it might have been the time of day that I was using it, where the internet was.
Sometimes, like depending on the weather tomorrow.
Yeah, the weather's gonna be bad tomorrow too.
Internet issues with the weather.
Which is why I don't want to use. That's why I want to use it as just a call-in thing, because I can never know when it's gonna freeze up. So we'll try that. I'll work on it tonight, and we'll try to do it for tomorrow. So with that, let me sign off. Tomorrow is a lost.
Lose 30.
Tomorrow is an hour. Thursdays is an hour show. Especially if Giovanni and Tabitha are here, it's gonna be an hour show. There's no way around it, guys.
Those have been so long.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But you love it when it's like that, baby. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah. All right, guys. With that out of the way, guys, appreciate you helping us out for this episode of The Rundown. Tomorrow we're going to be talking about a little bit about James Gunn. I have some theories of who could James Gunn cast in his new DC that he's worked with before. Like all of his Marvel, who could he pluck from Batista? Who could Batista play? Who could Nebula? What's her name? What's her name? I forgot her name. Like, could she play Poison Ivy? Stuff like that. We're going to have a little fun and get you guys' opinion on it, too. And that's why I want you guys to call in on Discord on that. So we'll talk about that and some other things as well on The Rundown on Thursday. So see you guys